Hello guys and welcome to my video. I'll be showing you the top 5 best jungle champs to carry yourself in solo queue with. Note, these are just my opinions. If you disagree or think I've blundered, let me know in the comments below. With that being said, let's get right into it. And starting off the list, we do have Evelynn. Evelynn does make it on this list just because she can carry herself so hard in solo queue. She can pretty much stomp any enemy jungler in any lane so easily. People just refuse to buy wards and therefore Evelynn can stomp them. Evelyn's only downside is early game her clearing's pretty bad in the sense that she has no sustain. So after you get past those few levels though, you're pretty OP. You can pretty much just focus on counter jungling the enemy jungler if you feel like they're a lot weaker than you. Or you can just lane gank because like I said, there's no wards to stop you, and since you're invisible, even if they just lay their trinket ward, it's not enough. And if you do make it late game with Evelynn, which shouldn't be hard, you have tons of bursts. You can absolutely just one-shot squishies. I recommend building Evelynn just damage, not none of that tank shit. The only tank thing you should even build on Evelynn, in my opinion, is Rallius. With all your resets, with the off of your W, off of kills and assists, you can pretty much get yourself out of any situation. And if things do go right, or if you're just messing around like me, you can just backdoor late game and there's nothing they can really do to stop you for how fast you are. Just to go back over what we were just saying, her pros is high mobility, high damage. She does have invisibility, which is really good, especially since her passive. She pretty much always has it. She's extremely fun to play, and I know that sounds silly, but when you're having fun, you're typically playing better and you can focus because you're not miserable. Her cons is she doesn't really have any real CC, and she's pretty weak early game, like her first 3 or 4 levels. Easily making her way onto this list, we have Nidalee. Her pros is she has great poke, great mobility, high damage, and a very high skill cap, so if you keep playing her, you'll get better and better and better. Her cons are she's hard to use, so it's kind of her best quality and her worst quality. She has 0 CC. She excels in quick picks, backdooring, and being extremely sneaky and slippery. Her early first levels can be kind of rough, but once you start getting in your ganks, you can pick up lots of free kills, thus excelling yourself into the mid and late game where you can really shine. You can pick up lots of free kills off your javelins and just pouncing off of them because if you're within range, it instantly locks onto them, which is, in my opinion, quite bullshit, but it's just what comes with the package, I guess. You see her played everywhere from bronze to challenger to the LCS. She's just a really strong pick. She's very versatile. She has solid clears. She's very slippery, very hard to catch. She's very good at chasing people down. Backdoor, and she can also siege people underneath towers with her spears. With all this utility, it easily earns her the number 4 spot on this list. And third on this list, we have Aatrox. His pros is he has high sustain, only needs level 2 for good ganks because of his Q is a really easy knockup and gap closer. And his passive can save you a lot, whether it be in a team fight or you're diving a tower. His cons is he's very weak before he actually has items, in the sense that he does very little damage and can get 1v1 by many champions such as Lee Sin. And Grievous Wounds ignite just on his E. Morelio counters him really hard. Easily one of the best things about Aatrox is early game his clear speed is somewhat marginal, but while he's clearing, he maintains a pretty good health ratio because of his W's life regen. Every 3rd strike he gets it back quite a bit, and if he's half health he gets double back. It keeps him with plenty of health in jungle, so even if you do get counter jungled by someone like Lee Sin who can 1v1 you, you can either wait for teammates to come or you can jump away, which is always a pretty good option. Because with other junglers who are pretty weak early game, like when they get jumped, they can't necessarily get away and they might already be low health. Aatrox on the other hand, when he's in his jungle, he's usually pretty high health. But what you gotta watch out for, once he gets his sated devour, he's absolutely ridiculous. He's also a pretty good duelist just because he's got plenty, once he gets plenty of attack speed, he can just slaughter you if you don't have enough burst to kill him. And he's got pretty good escapes with his Qs, which is definitely one of his highlights. It's so strong. One thing that can give him trouble though is if the enemy team has something like Gragas or Janna, because they can stop him mid-Q. But once Aatrox gets his Devour and his Bork, he can absolutely not die in a team fight unless they focus everything onto him. Especially pick Aatrox in a setting where the enemy team is mostly tanks, and he's so strong because they can't burst you down, and you're just in there shredding, getting back so much health, and they can't stop you. This easily earns Aatrox the number 3 spot on this list. Number 2 on this list, we have Master Yi. His pros are he's extremely fast at clearing, just 1 Q and he pretty much kills the whole camp and just has to finish off the big one. He has massive damage, especially once he hits level 6. He has wicked resets, which makes him a huge game changer in team fights. And he's also pretty good at backdooring. His cons are he has absolutely 0 CC, he's very squishy, and he can't do much till he's level 6 in terms of ganking. Once he does make it to level 6 though, he's an extreme threat in ganks. Plus, he's really good at chasing people down and getting away out of sticky situations. A fed Master Yi can easily 1v4 and completely carry his team. As you can see, once Master Yi has his ult and also has his Sated Devour, even if he doesn't have items, he can still shred through his enemies quite easily. Just pretty much killing them in 1 or 2 auto attacks because of the phantom hit on the Sated Devour. It scales way too hard with how Master Yi's passive works. It basically gives him so many free auto attacks, it's absolutely ridiculous. He can just shred so hard. He kills you so fast that you don't even have time to CC him, that's how hard he can shred. Master Yi is a really strong choice right now. Clears jungle, got good ganks at level 6, carries late game, it can backdoor. I highly suggest you pick him up into one of the champions that you play. If you do make it late game, it won't last for long because you're going to pub stomp the enemy so hard they'll either surrender or you'll have destroyed their base. Taking the number 1 spot, we do have Kayle. She is absolutely ridiculously strong. She has really fast clears like Master Yi. Just by using her E, she can blow through the jungle pretty quickly. She's got high splash damage. She has a heal / speed up, which is pretty valuable, such as she can either cast on herself or a teammate. She also has one of the best ults in the game. It gets her out of a lot of bad situations. It creates an insta tank. It's just so strong. I can't even express how strong it is. Her cons are she's pretty crappy in her early ganks. She doesn't have a lot of damage. She should mainly just stay in her jungle until she can pick up an item or hit level 6. She's also can be easy to counter jungle if there's someone like Lee Sin, because she can't really get away from him. Even though her early ganks are pretty weak because she doesn't have a lot of damage yet, she can still make it work with her red buff and her E, because it's just a constant slow, and then she'll hit you with her Q, and then she'll just eventually she'll burst you down over time. She's also pretty good at chasing people down because of her speed up / heal. She can just speed herself up, smite, and also her ult and her heal can get her out of a lot of sticky situations where she would have normally died, but she got away because of her ult against damage. In my opinion, it's probably the best ult in the Legends. She's also a pretty strong duelist because she can just straight up go at somebody, and if they think her ult's down, they'll try to fight her, and then she'll just beat their brains in. Once Kayle picks up her Sated Devour and Nashor's Tooth, she's already really strong, and then she'll get Riley's, and it's just a non-stop slow, and you can't get away from her. She doesn't even need her Q once she gets Riley's. It's just non-stop. Every auto attack that she hits you with her E slows you. And once again, since she does have lots of splash damage, she can just absolutely bash people 1v2, 1v3 and pwn them. And the reason why she does beat out the other people on the list is simply because of her ult. With other champions, they can be bursted down quite quickly. Kayle can simply ult herself and make best of a situation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you can take something away from it, and I wish you the best of luck out there on the Rift.